is up? It is your girl Abris Rose, and we're back with another video. So currently today, guys, it is Friday, July 28th, 6:37 p.m. And as you guys read the title, we are going to be filming a get ready with me and a story time. So I am excited because this is my first time I've ever filmed one of these videos, and I kind of wanted to do something different with the channel. Just because I've been doing a lot of vlogs, a lot of vlogs, like probably 95% of my videos are vlogs, and I really want to do something different, bring something different to the table. So that is what we are doing today. I'm getting ready to go to, there's this place that's actually 2 minutes from my house, but it's like a sports bar, and after a certain hour, so it's a sports bar after a certain hour, if that makes sense. So during the day, kids can be there or whatever, but after a certain hour, I think either 8 or 9, I don't know for sure, there are no more adults. It's 21 and up. They ID you at the door, but they have like axe throwing, ping pong, beer pong, they have pool, bowling, like an arcade, they got a bar, they serve food and everything. So I'm actually going to be linking up with my girlfriend and her friend group, which I don't know if I'm allowed to say my friend group yet. I've only had like 3 outings with them. Is there like a minimum or max? Like, when do I know that I'm a part of that friend group, you know? So I don't really know what kind of look I'm going for. I'm just really gonna wing it, but I don't want to do too much, but I don't know what's too much for me. Like, I'm still trying to figure that out. So the story time that I want to do is going to be my mom finding out I was pregnant as a teenager. Like, you guys, I'm pretty sure you guys probably figured it out that I was a teen mom. But yeah, so I'm gonna be talking about that little story because, like, you guys don't know much about me, about my past, I guess, where I come from, whatever. I haven't really shared that with you guys. So I was like, this will be so fun. Let's still get ready with me and let's do story time. Interesting, right? So we're gonna get on into it, but before I do so, I do want to say to my returner subscribers, thank you guys for coming back. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to thumbs up, and my new subscribers or new watchers, welcome. Hope you stay a while. Don't forget to thumbs up this video and hit that subscribe button. So I'm gonna try my best not to say let's get into it, other than the one time that I just said it, because I know I'd be like ODing with that freaking phrase, and I don't even know why I say it on camera, you guys, because I don't say it outside of YouTube. That's not even a part of my everyday life. I just feel like I don't be knowing what to say, and I just will say it just to have something to say, but really I'm saying something without saying nothing, if that makes sense. Like, what are you talking about? Even though I normally tell you guys what I'm about to get into, like, let's get into it, but whatever. So first thing I'm putting on my face is my Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Now, I don't know if I'm really gonna tell you guys every single product because it's kind of hard to talk and then in the middle, well, tell a story, and then in the middle of the story I'm like, oh yeah, this is this, you know. It's kind of weird, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that. But anyway, so for those of you who don't know, I am 28 years old. My birthday is in June, so I turned 28 like a month ago, literally a month ago yesterday, June 27th. I had my daughter Cameron in 2013, and that is the same year I graduated high school. So that literally made me pregnant for a majority of my senior year. So I graduated May of 2013. And so I graduated May 2013. I didn't tell anyone I was pregnant until like February of 2013. I was about 6 months. Is that 6 months? I'm pretty sure it's 6 months. I am not doing the math. Y'all can do the math and let me know. But I'm pretty sure it's like 6 months. Because I think when I went for my first scan, they were like, oh, you're 24 weeks. And I was like, wait, like, that's crazy. So, the tea. Let's get into the tea. So, I ran track like my entire life. And so I never really had a consistent period or anything. Like, it literally came and went. Like, it wasn't uncommon for me not to have my period. for like, you know, a month or, you know, whatever. It just wasn't uncommon. So I didn't really realize it, I think, until it was like 2 or 3 months, no lie, just because like being 17, I was like really like about my life and about what I had going on, and like training for track, hanging out with my boyfriend at the time, which is Cameron's dad. Like I was just really into that. So like, you guys, not even necessarily worried about college. Like my life was fashion, boys, one boy that I was so freaking stupid about. Like, it disgusts me when I think about that. And if I ever freaking was to be done like that for a guy, I'd really kill myself. Like, not even kidding. Because it was disgusting. But, so, I didn't really realize it until I want to say I was about, you guys, I don't know. I think that I was like 3 to 4 months. And I remember it being homecoming. And homecoming was like, you know what, it maybe was earlier, because homecoming was ran like October. Homecoming was like a week or two before Halloween. So like homecoming came and I noticed I had a little bump, and I'm like, now I'm starting to think like, I haven't had my period or anything. But still, I was still in denial at this point. I'm just like, you know, no way. Like I can't get pregnant. Don't know why I thought that. No doctor had told me that. No one had ever told me that. Like, no one told me that, but in my head, I'm like, no way I'm pregnant. Like, that's just not gonna happen. So, I'm going with my life, thinking that this is gonna go away. So, it wasn't until like Christmas of 2012, because I started my senior year in 2012. It wasn't until Christmas of 2012 where my mom bought me some Hollister jeans that were a size, I think they were either 24 or 25, one of the two. And I could not fit in them. Like, I was sucking in so bad and I couldn't fit in them. And I'm just like, what the freak, you know, like I don't understand. So I'm sitting there crying. My mom is sitting on the bed like, what's wrong with you? I'm just like, I can't fit in these jeans. They're too tight. And they were giving me like pancake booty. Like I could not fit in them. And I was just like crying. And like, I think this was me crying. Like, obviously, I don't really know like the specifics, because you guys, I don't remember that much about it. But I don't remember much emotional things about it, like if that makes sense. But I do remember like saying like to myself, like, wow, like I'm definitely pregnant. Like I have to be, like, because there's no way I can't fit in this 25. Mind you guys, this entire time I was still training for track and everything, so I'm still running, I'm still doing all that stuff. Like my stomach, when I say pudge, I mean like I had a 6-pack, you guys. So when I say a pudge, like I'm talking about like my belly button is starting to poke out, because I already have an outie. Like, not like the bubble outie, but like I have an outie. Like, you see my belly button, it's just out, it just sits there, it just looks at you. So I already had an outie, but like it was like talking to me. I think I put too much foundation, but we're gonna figure it out. It was like you could poke it like a balloon, like the end of a balloon, like after you tie it. So I'm sitting there like, oh my goodness, like, but you know, my mom is sitting here and I'm just like trying to suck in, you guys. Like I had mastered the art of sucking in. Like I could be sitting here talking to you, breathing comfortably, like looking so normal, and I was sucking in for my dear life. So I'm sitting there, once I come to grabs, like still no pregnancy test has been taken, but I just know, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so screwed, bada boom bada bang. So I make the mistake of telling my daughter's, Cameron's dad, I'm like, hey, I think I'm pregnant or whatever. And he goes, oh, well, I'm gonna tell my mom. And I'm like, oh wait, hold on. You cannot like tell her before I tell my mom. Like that just can't happen. Like my mom is already gonna be devastated, but to find out that someone knew before her, like that's like terrible. So he's like, okay, he's gonna give me some time to tell her. Well, he was just like, okay, tell your mom's birthday. And so some time passed, and like, you guys, this was 2012, right? So no, this was Christmas, was the end of 2012. So here we are at 2013. So it was like January. I would say the end of January. And I was doing my research because I'm like, you know, at this time I had started receiving offers for track. And I'm like, yo, I need to go to college. I need to run track. I need to do this or whatever like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get an abortion. And I'm just like, my life is going to be over and I can't do this. And I don't even want to like tell my mom. I'm just like terrified. Now that I think about it, what was I terrified about? I don't know, you guys, because it's not like my mom beat me or abused me or anything. It's not like she was this evil witch. I just think I was more so just terrified of her being like devastated. Like I didn't want her to be like, oh no, not my kid. You know what I'm saying? Because no one wants to be that person. Like your kid got pregnant in high school. I don't care. Like you love your grandkid or whatever when they get there, whatever. But it's like it's still that like devastation, right? So whatever. So I literally Googled how to get an abortion in Florida. But I think I Googled how to get an abortion as a minor in Florida. And I came across, let me see if I can Google what it's called, you guys. I want to say it was something like judicial abortion or something. Judicial, I have like freaking makeup all over my hand. Oh, it's still a thing. Oh my God. Oh my goodness, Lord, forgive me. So it's called a judicial bypass. So I'm looking and I'm like, you know, like, what's this process? What do I have to do? So I look up this thing. There was a number listed. Like, I don't even know, you guys. It was literally at the courthouse. And like, what you have to, I don't even, like, I went down a rabbit trail. And I don't even know, you guys. I don't know. But what I think, I know I ended up looking up like how to go about getting a judicial bypass, which allows you essentially as a minor to get an abortion without your parents knowing. Like, it's the crazy shit. Like, oh my God, I can't talk. It's crazy, but it exists. It literally exists. And if you're under 18, tell your parents. Please don't do what I did. So, which didn't even work anyway because Cameron is here. So, speaking of who's calling me, I need to call you back. What's up?
Oh, okay.
You doing your makeup at Ulta?
Yeah, Ulta, you already know.
Okay, I'm gonna call you when I'm filming, so I'm gonna call you back.
Okay, my bad.
Bye, girl. That was Cameron. So anyway, so where were we? So I look up this place. I end up calling. I spoke to someone. I'm pretty sure I spoke to someone. And I'm talking to this lady. And essentially, they literally appoint you like an attorney. I'm not kidding you. They appoint you an attorney. And like, I never met with this lady until it was time to get it approved. Because you have to go in front of a judge. So I meet with this lady, and how I like got to the place, my cousin was dating, my cousin was in the same freaking grade as me. So he's a senior at the same time as me. He's dating this girl who is not in high school anymore. She graduated a year before us, but he uses her car. So I got him literally to take me. Did I? Or did I take like a cab? I don't know, you guys. But back then, like when I would miss the bus, I would literally take cabs to school. Because I worked at like Polo, Tommy Hilfiger, like McDonald's and Sonic. I had like little jobs. So when I missed the bus, I would literally just like take a cab. Like literally, I was taking a cab at 16, 17 by myself. So anyway, so I don't remember quite how I got to the initial visit. I'm pretty sure my cousin took me though, because I forgot what the excuse was that I gave him, that I was going to the courthouse. But I gave him some excuse and he bought it. Never told anyone or anything, like just kept my secret for me. I didn't tell him why I was there though. So I think I told him I got in some trouble or whatever. Okay, whatever. So when I get there, it was after like, it was almost 5 o'clock, you guys. It literally was almost 5 o'clock because no one was there. Like no one was there. She brought me to her office, and literally her office was like, it was dark. It was like everyone had left for the day. And she's like, yeah, we do these toward the evening just because we don't want any type of risk because anyone's seeing you. Woo. So she did tell me before that I had to pretty much write a letter and come up with a reason why I deserve this, and like that I wouldn't make this mistake again. So I pretty much went in front of the judge. It's me and her. She stayed next to me, and she pretty much was like, oh, she said my first and last name, whatever. And so I'm there, and the judge, she pretty much was like, go ahead. And I'm like, hi, judge. Like, you guys, I'm terrified, literally terrified. So I'm sitting there in front of the judge. I'm just like, yeah, I made a big mistake. I didn't mean to. I didn't know what I was doing. I have a big future ahead of me. I have track scholarships. I really want to go to college and live a better life. I don't want this life for me. Like, I'm like giving them like the freaking everything. Like, trying to like get this baby out of me. Because at this point, I was beefing with this baby. Like, I had made no emotional connection. Like, I was just like, I want this baby out of me. Get it away from me. And so it was, I think we were in there maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The judge goes, okay, I'm gonna grant you this. I think you're a good girl. You just made a mistake, and everyone deserves a second chance. And like, this is what he's giving me. And I'm like, hell's yeah, like, let's go, let's do this. So he literally grants it for me. I leave we go back to her office, and when we go back to the office, she literally prints out the paper for me and gives it to me. Like, judge signature, her signature, and everything. She goes, just take this to Planned Parenthood and they'll give you your abortion. I'm like, cool. So I call Planned Parenthood literally the next day. You guys, I'm literally a kid. I don't even know. This just goes to show, like, when you're desperate, you'll do whatever, because I had never done anything like this before, you guys. And I'm just like, my nose is itching. I'm just like going through the motions, like I'm really doing this shit. So I called Planned Parenthood, tell them what I have, because they're like, how old are you? They ask for your date of birth, and I'm telling them, and she goes, okay, are you gonna have a parent with you or whatever? And I'm like, oh, I have a judicial bypass. And she's like, okay, cool, just make sure you bring the paper. And she's like, it's gonna be $300. I'm like, what the, like, why? I thought this judicial bypass was gonna make the abortion free. Cool. I'm like, all right. So I had got like real grouchy at school just because of the situation. Like, I was just really like not with it. Like, I just was kind of mean at school. Like, I used to be really, at that point in my life, I was really bubbly, always happy. Like, you never saw me without a smile on my face. So my biology teacher kind of pulled me to the side one day and was like, hey, is everything okay? You're sleeping in class. Sleeping because I'm pregnant. You're sleeping in class. Like, is everything okay at home? And I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm just going through a lot. Girl, I'm pregnant. So she goes, I understand. She was like, well, just know if you need anything, I'm here for you. Like, I'm here for you. You don't have to do it alone. You're a good kid. That's how y'all know I was a good girl. Like, I took my academics so serious. Like, I'm not saying my daughter was a mistake, but it could have been better timing. But all in all, I'm glad it worked out that way. I'm so glad it worked out that way because, baby, I'm 28 and I'm done having kids. Like, yes. But anyway, so I'm like, okay, cool. So when I get off the phone with Planned Parenthood, I'm like, bro, who am I gonna get $300 from? So I go to school. Actually, one day, because I was still going to track practice, so I stay after like I'm going to track practice, but I actually don't. I end up going to my teachers who said that, my biology teacher. I end up going to her class, and I go to her class. She's still in there, and I go, hey, I want to talk to you. By this time, y'all, I'm in tears. Like, I'm like so sad. And so she goes, oh, what's up, sweetie? Like, when I tell you, like, the nicest freaking person I've ever met, but don't play with her. Don't play with her. So I break down and I tell her like what's going on, and I haven't told my mom, and I'm trying to get this, money so I can get this abortion. What do? So y'all, we had an ATM in our school, like an ATM. So why does lady go straight to the ATM, Like, I see her, but she tells me to wait somewhere so no one sees us. So no one sees us together, right? She's like, wait over here so no one sees us together. Takes the $300 out of the ATM, gives it right to me and says, go get it. Like, before we got to that point, though, like, when I'm in the room crying and stuff, you know, she's just, like, holding my shoulders, saying, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna take care of this. Ends up telling me that she literally did the same thing. I kid you not. She's like, I did the same thing, you know, you make it so, she was like, you're young, you're making a mistake, but you know, you're gonna learn from this, I know you are. And she's just like, I had someone do this for me, so I'm gonna do this for you. And yeah, like just pay me back whenever. Like, I was 17. I know she didn't think I was gonna pay her back. Like, I mean, I would have, but I'm just like, what are the odds? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I guess she knew I wasn't that type of person. Like, even as an adult, I'm like, yeah, no, I would have paid her back. I would have came back like, here, you know, here go this bread, whatever. So anyway, so yeah, so okay, cool. I got the money. So I called Planned Parenthood because I'm like, yo, I'm ready, you know, I'm ready for this or whatever. Let's do this. Schedule it literally this next week. I don't know if it was a Friday, y'all, schedule for that Monday or Tuesday. Because at this point, we didn't practice. We didn't have track practice every single day. It wasn't like in season. This was like conditioning. So we weren't practicing 5 days a week. And even then, like, they said we had to rest and stuff like that. So I don't think we ever practiced. I think it was like 4 days a week. But at this point, we hadn't even reached that yet. Like, at first with conditioning, it was like, I think like Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays, or like maybe Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't really remember, honestly. But it was like a couple days, like, out of the week, not every single day. So, I put a little bit too much concealer there. But anyway, so she's like, okay, so I scheduled the appointment for Planned Parenthood. So boom, I make sure it's a track day. I told my cousin, like, I need you to take me Planned Parenthood for my birth control. I wish that's why I was going to Planned Parenthood. At the time, I'm like, I wish that's why I was going. So he's like, okay, cool. So yeah, I wasn't on birth control. Like, I didn't know anything about this or anything. I'm winging it. I'm literally winging it, y'all. Winging it. And so I get there, and the people are standing outside with the signs. Like, if you've been to Planned Parenthood, then you know. Like, you know, they're standing outside with, there's a better choice to make. You don't have to do this. You're gonna burn in hell. All this crazy stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, buddy. Get it out of me. Like, I don't even care what y'all saying. Y'all don't understand. Like, they're like, can I give you this pamphlet? I'm like, I just took it. But, you know, I'm like, I don't need this negativity in my life. Like, that's how I felt. So, I get inside Planned Parenthood. Check in. They were like, when you get an abortion, I guess because you're sedated. Never had one. But I guess you're sedated, but you had to have someone to, like, take you home. You could not just leave. So I'm like, okay, like, my cousin gonna come pick me up. We good. I'm gonna go get my butt back on, like, cause like okay, so I didn't tell y'all this, but when he took me the first time to like to go get the judicial bypass, when he picked me back up from from the courthouse, he just brought me back to the school, and I took the after school activity bus, meaning like I had done like an activity. I took the activity bus, and it dropped us off at the closest school to our house at the time. So I literally just took that back. So like, that's how I was going undetected this long. So I'm sitting there, and I'm at Planned Parenthood, and they call me in. And, you know, she's like, okay, I'm gonna get the payment. I give her the paper, and she's like, okay, cool. They're gonna call, she goes, let me get the money for the what do you call it, for the ultrasound, and it was $100. So I give her the money for the ultrasound. I guess the abortion was $200, but I know it's $300 altogether. So I guess when they broke it down, it was $100 for the ultrasound, whatever. So I give her the $100, and they call me from the back. I'm in there, like, I'm seeing all of these like white girls in there with their parents for their freaking birth control, and I'm just like, bro, like, why wasn't my mom, like, I guess because I never had that talk with her. She didn't suspect of anything. But, you know, at that point, I'm just trying to blame whoever. I'm like, why didn't she take me to get birth control? Like, I'm trying to blame whoever except myself. I'm a kid at this point. So I get to the back or whatever, and they lay me there. And by this time, y'all, my stomach was a stomach. Like, it was a stomach, but I just did so good of concealing it and hiding it. Like, I guess no one ever knew. Oh, I did miss a part. Let's back up. So, Cameron's dad. So, he came back. Like, remember I told y'all, he was like, okay, tell your mom. I'm like, okay. So, he came back to me and was like, he was like, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm gonna tell my mom. You don't have to worry. She's gonna be happy. I'm like, dude, you're 17, because he's literally the same age as me. I'm like, you're 17, dude. Your mom is not gonna be happy. Like, what are you talking about? So he came back to me. He's like, oh, I'm gonna tell my mom. Like, I'm not waiting any longer. So I told him, I was like, I got rid of it. And it just so happened when he said that, it was literally the week I was supposed to get rid of it. So I was like, you know me, I'm speaking into existence at this point. I'm like, well, I got rid of it. And so he's like, oh yeah? And I was like, yeah, I did. And he's like, okay, cool. Then I guess whatever. Okay. So, I had track practice or something. And I used to like be beating everyone, you guys. Like, oh my goodness, what the freak? Oh, I'm tripping. I used to be beating everyone, but I started like, not that anyone was beating me, but like, because they made all the girls obviously race together, but it started like being really close, and I used to blow them out the water. So the races start being like really close, and so my track coach went to Cameron's dad and was like, hey, is everything okay? Like, what's going on with Miracle? And like at one track practice, I like threw up. But I was like, he really was just being nosy and pondering, because literally, you guys, I'm like, I hate to say this word, but I'm a puker. Like, when I work out really hard, I puke. Like, at every practice, I puke. Like, I just a puker. Like, I gotta get it up out of me. Everything I ate, it has to go. So he was just like being nosy, honestly, because me puking was not crazy. Like, if you're a track runner, you know, like, you're gonna have them days where you gotta puke. It is what it is. So, okay, cool. He says that to him. I don't know when this was, though. And this idiot says, oh my goodness. This web of lies I had going on, you guys. I'm forgetting parts. So, he told him then, he was like, oh, she said she had a miscarriage, but they left some stuff in her, so she got to go back and get it out. That was my excuse to go to Planned Parenthood, right? I had to give an excuse because he used to take me home after school. So that came back to haunt me, because this guy, my track coach, then goes tells my uncle. So when I find out about that, who says something to me? I think my cousin called me and was like, hey, I just want to let you know, I'm not sure if it's true, but my dad was talking about you potentially being pregnant or something, and that he don't know if your mom knows or some, but you're still out there running and they're concerned. Like, y'all. So I'm like, oh my goodness, like, this is ridiculous. So at this point, I'm just like, I can't wait to get this. Like, that's why I'm at the Planned Parenthood, and I'm like, I want this out of me. Like, in my head, this baby is creating problems for me. Like, I just gotta get away from this kid. So fast forward back to at Planned Parenthood, and I think I'm going to get my abortion. So y'all, the doctor come in there, the nurse come in there. The nurse said, hey, how are you? Doctor ain't said nothing to my ass. He just like, you know why I'm here. So he comes in. He's doing the ultrasound. He's not saying anything. He's not saying nothing. He goes, when the last time you had your period? I was like, why am I lying to the doctor? Lord help me. I go, like 8 weeks ago. He goes, I should have known then. Oh my goodness. So he goes, okay. He goes, well, you're 24 weeks. He couldn't tell me exactly because I had never had a ultrasound or anything. He goes, yeah, the baby is full. You're like 24 weeks, so we can't do this abortion. I'm like, what? So he leaves. Actually, they didn't even ask me if I wanted to hear the heartbeat. They literally had it playing on speakerphone for me, like out loud. Now that I think about it, because I heard it and I was like, ugh, like cringing at it. So he's like, I don't know, like he just left the room, and then like I'm sitting there when he said that, like I'm boohoo crying, and the nurse goes, congratulations, you're gonna have a baby. I want to punch her in the face, like what? Congratulations. What are we happy about? What are we congratulating? Ma'am, I am 17 years old. I'm still in high school. I haven't graduated. Like, I have no job. I have no money. I have nothing. What are we congratulating right now? Like, I'm ashamed of myself. I'm a freaking promiscuous little whore. Like that's what I'm thinking in my head. And so, I'm like distraught, you guys. You would have thought that someone like killed me or something, like my life was ruined. Like, that's how I felt. Like, oh my goodness, like my life is over. So I'm like, damn, like no. And really, I think I was just really crying because I'm like, bro, I gotta tell my mom this. Like, right? It was really just like surface level. Like, I hadn't even really like even grasped like what was like going on. Like, I was like in shock, I think. But I was like, you know, like boohoo crying. And so the lady was like, you know, if you really want to do this, you can go to, I think she said, what did she say? Was it Fort Lauderdale? Or like Sarasota or Clewiston or somewhere. I don't know, it was on the West Coast. So it was like Sarasota or Clewiston or somewhere. But she goes, if you go here, they'll do the abortion for you. At that time, that place stopped at 26 weeks. She's like, but you have to go like this week. Like, you have to. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, wait. And so I call them. She's like, I'm gonna give you the paper bag, the judicial bypass. I want you to see if you can schedule an appointment. For y'all, why? I call this place and they're like, yeah, we can do it. Cause at this point, y'all, I still feel like I haven't exhausted all like all measures. I call these people, y'all, and why these folks say, oh yeah, we can do it for you. It's gonna be $1,500. Y'all, I had my cousin pick me back up, and I literally had to ultrasound. And I told my best friend, I was like, girl, like I gotta tell my mom now, like I'm like all out of options. I don't have anyone I can go to and ask for $1,000, let alone go to wherever this lady was telling me, because wherever it was like an hour and a half away. Like, I was like, I can't go to this place without someone not knowing, like I have been doing. And at this point, I'm tired. I'm just tired of the lying. I'm tired of the deceit. Like, I was over it. So, she's like, no, yeah, I feel you or whatever like that. So, she just was like, so my cousin picked us up, and like when we left, I was looking at those people that's standing outside Player Pool. I'm like, you people won. Like, so he takes me back to school. The after school sports hadn't ended yet, so I end up like going back up to the my teacher's room, which she was there, and I gave her the $200 back. I think it's like $180 because y'all, I was pregnant. I was hungry as fuck. So, excuse my language, but we had stopped at like 7-Eleven, and I got me and my best friend some snacks. She was there with me the entire time. Like, just everything I needed. She was that person. Like, literally only us two knew the secret. And like, she got a lot of flack for not saying anything like within our family. So, because she was a part of my family as well. So, like, she got a lot of flack for that, and she like was not phased. She was like, this is my best friend, like I'm not gonna like tell her secrets if she doesn't want me to tell her. And I think that's what like got me with like friendship. Like, she set the bar so high and was so loyal to me that I'm like, if you can't be like that with me, then we can't be friends. Like, if I didn't like someone, she literally wouldn't like them. And I'm not saying I need someone to do that for me now, but I'm just saying like that's how loyal she was. So, yeah, so, like I said, gave the money back to my teacher. She was like, I'm so sorry, you know, if you need anything, let me know. So now I'm tasked with the and tasked to tell my mom that I'm pregnant. I'm 24 weeks pregnant. Like, you're gonna be a grandma surprise in like literally 3 months. So, I still haven't told my mom yet, and but I knew I was running out of time just because my cousin already told my uncle, and like I just needed to tell her. Like, I needed to tell her, and so I'm like, okay. So this night, y'all, literally the same exact night that I the same exact night that I the same exact day or night that I went to do the abortion. They're like, no, you're gonna have the baby. The same night, I'm sitting in my room and I'm practicing like how I'm gonna tell her, like, hey, like, you know, I'm not gonna be able to, to tell her like I'm pregnant, because, excuse me, we had already agreed that I was gonna go to school late this day, and we were like, we're gonna go to McDonald's before she dropped me off at school. And I'm just like, okay, great, like I'm gonna go ahead and tell her. Is this concealer? I think, what is this on here? I don't know what this is, but we're gonna get this off of here. But so I'm like, okay, cool, you know, I'm gonna tell her whatever. So I'm in the bed, you guys, and I'm like a early sleeper. Like I always have went to sleep early. So I'm in the bed and I'm talking to myself and I'm practicing how I'm gonna tell her, like, and how she's gonna respond. Cause still I'm scared. So I'm like, I'm gonna tell her in a public setting. I was doomed from the beginning, you guys. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, let's do this. While I am in there practicing in my room, because I slept with my bedroom door cracked. I was scared of having the door closed, so I slept with it cracked. While I am in there like talking to myself, she walks in and she's like, Miracle, who are you talking to? And I was like, I'm talking to my pal. And she goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, no, I'm not lying. Still lying. I can't stand myself. And she's like, okay, go to sleep, you got school in the morning. I'm like, okay. You know, I roll over to go back to sleep, scared as hell, because I know tomorrow's gonna be a showdown. And she comes back in the room and she's like, when last time you had your period? Girl, stop playing with me. I'm like, I just got off my period. She's like, I haven't changed your pads in a couple months. When I tell you dumbass crook, because how you ain't know you supposed to still throw away the pads? Like, how you ain't know that? So I'm such a freaking idiot. So yeah. Boom. So she goes, do you have something to tell me? And I'm like, no. She's like, are you serious? Do you have something to tell me? I'm like, I'm pregnant. I just started bawling my eyes out. And she's just like, wow, I can't believe you. I'm like, bitch, I can't believe you. Damn, too. But y'all, when I tell you, that junk felt like such a weight off my shoulders. Like, it was freaking, it was amazing. And I normally don't do this, y'all, but I've been trying to get into like this whole crease thing with the dark and then like coming in with like a lighter color. So if it look a little cray, don't say that. And I know my lashes look crazy because I need to get them refilled. Oh my goodness, I can feel the hair crawling on my face. Ah, it probably is. But anyway, so yeah, y'all, that's, after that, we just kind of went through the motions of prepping for a baby because I didn't have anything. And so luckily the apartments we were staying at had a hold on, let me get her. So luckily the apartments we were staying at, there literally was an OB right across the street. So she scheduled me an appointment right after school. I went over there by myself, and did an ultrasound. Literally found out the gender I was having all on the same day. And because I had never been to an appointment, I was deemed high risk. So yeah, that was that. And then I graduated. No, not even graduation. I didn't get to go to what's it called? I didn't get to go to grad bash because I was pregnant, obviously, and they went to Universal. And then I probably could have went, honestly. I just didn't want to go. I was so humiliated. And so, like I said, I have been sucking in. So now I'm starting, like, I started just not sucking in and like wearing regular clothes. Because I used to just wear yoga pants and like track t-shirts that were really big. So I like just stopped sucking in or whatever. And people were like, oh my God, you're pregnant? We didn't know. Like, no one knew. And I was like, yep. Your girl is out. Your girl was Kylie Jennering before Kylie Jenner, okay? So I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. And I went to my appointments regularly. I think I went to appointments like once a month, and then eventually it became twice a month. But by the time I had Cameron, like, you know, like when you're a senior, the seniors stopped going to school before everyone else. So yeah. And then like we graduated May 17th. I had Cameron May 13th, and that was a Saturday. I had Cameron that Monday, and I literally went to an appointment Friday. I went to an appointment on Friday, and he was like, I'm going to induce you on Monday. He's like, because I don't want this baby to get so big that you can't have it. And I'm like, okay. But Monday morning at like 7 a.m., you guys, I was having contractions. So I end up like naturally going into labor. But yeah, that was it. And I had Cameron, and that was all she wrote. So Cameron was meant to be here, y'all, because it feels like to me. Oh my God, y'all. I could be kind of dark sometimes, but no, I love my baby. Like, I really think like having Cameron so young, like at first all I thought about was my life being over. But when I tell y'all literally, where's my fan thing at? When I tell y'all literally like that literally shaped my life to be what it is and what I have and how I go and how I move. Like that just, I really think that if I didn't have her, I would have been wild as hell, just because, not to say my mom kept a tight lid on me, but I just want free to go and do as I please. You know what I'm saying? I had like a mom. So I know for a fact, like, had I not had Cameron, like, when I got Grwm, I would have been, like, on some, I'm outside, like, let's do this. And I probably still wouldn't have been on birth control, wouldn't have even thought about it, just because no one had to talk with me. I never had any type of talks like that. Like, I never was given any of that. So, yeah, there's that. But definitely blessed AF. Like, I'm very blessed. And oh, there we go. Yeah, I keep them like there's little hairs all over my face. Like, oh, it's this brush, the bristles. But I know, like, for a fact, like, I know for a fact that literally everything happens for a reason. Like, that is my motto in life. And honestly, you guys, having a kid young forced me to mature fast. And it like really just molded me into the person I am today. Like, that go-getter mentality. Like, so like when people like try to make excuses to me, you got to come hard, because I'm just like, bro, do you know what I have been through? Do you know what I have overcome? Like, oh my goodness. Like, this was just, oh. Eyeliner always makes my eyes water, but this is literally just the tip of the iceberg. My life, whew, child, it was something, honey. Like, when I say it was something. Like, having Cameron, you guys, literally opened up Pandora's box for my life. I'm not kidding. It was like one thing after the next. Like, oh my goodness, it took me a minute to where I was like genuinely happy, because for the longest I would take 2 steps forward and 20,000 backwards. I'm not kidding. That's what it felt like. It felt like I was never going anywhere. I was never doing anything. And it was depressing. Like, it got to a point where I was just like, bro, like, even while I was pregnant with Cameron, like, when it came out, life got really hard for me, like, really fast. And that was another reason why I really didn't want that to be my reality, because I didn't know how hard, but I feel like deep down, like, I assumed it was gonna be hard, but I just didn't realize how hard. And like, I'm actually glad that I didn't realize how hard, because had I known that, I probably would have unalived myself. I'm not even kidding, because where I was at that state, I was emotionally like fragile, and I felt alone. And so like, but in my head, I was like, I know there's a light at the end of this tunnel. Like, I know there's a light at the end of this tunnel. Had I known that light was so far away, ain't no telling what would have come out. But I just remained like faithful, like praying and begging and like, please Lord, help me, please Lord, please, like, whew, whew. But we persevered, and that's literally like, some people have mottos. I have a word for my life. Like, I literally have one word that describes how my life has transpired and all of that stuff. And all I can say is perseverance. Like, the trials and tribulations that having a kid put me through, but it honestly, y'all, it was all for the best. Because I talk to people and they'll be like 35, 36, 40, and I'm just like, bro, you are lost out here. You are lost. And being a young mom taught me too how if I don't know something, I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna research it. Like, everything I learned in my life, everything I have, is because trial and error. No one told me anything. No one gave me the keys to success. No one said anything. Everyone always had something to say. They had a comment, a negative comment to say, but it was just never like anything other than that. And so,
Hey.
Hi, what are you doing?
I just want to fill up.
Go get it.
Nervous.
Love you. Close my door. I'm gonna do this pink. This is like my go-to. I love this look, y'all. The pink in the round. Oh, goodness gracious. So beautiful. This is like my new thing. And the fact that it's really subtle, that I be having to go in with this right here, because it don't be glossy enough for me. Okay. There you go. I like, sweetheart, yes. And this is what we want. We want greasy lips, okay? Like, I just ate a bucket of chicken, okay? But it's like a little OD, so I'm gonna get this in there. There you go. And that's perfect. Makeup on 10. Let me not forget my setting sprays. So I actually do 2 setting sprays, you guys. So for tonight, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe. Drench it. Come into me. Come on. And top it off with my e.l.f. Dewy Coconut. I actually got the Dewy Coconut in the Morphe, whatever. Y'all, this have my makeup on all day long. Where's that? I also got the Patrick Star, is it? I think it's, no, I'm tripping. What's his name? I think his name is Patrick Star. I don't know. I could be wrong, but this one, y'all, it smells like spritz. Kind of hard to use because of the smell, but yeah. So we're gonna go in the bathroom because I'm gonna do my hair really quick, which I think I'm just gonna do like a bun. Alright guys, we have finished the bun. And why is the bun like so bomb? Like what? What? Oh my goodness, I look so cute. It's almost giving too good to be going to what we doing, okay? But I'm gonna go ahead and start putting on my clothes. Mommy. Now, hold on. I haven't perfected the art of when the girlies be putting on their clothes over their robes. So we're gonna try that out. If it don't work out, you ain't gonna see it in this vlog. But we're gonna try. much later at home, but I didn't get to give you guys a full outfit of the evening, I guess you could say. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick little walkthrough of what I wore. I know I gave you guys some jewelry details. I am lit. Y'all, wow. Those two Long Islands went crazy. So I'm a little turned up. We're gonna try to make the best of it and let's get over it. I did get a gold star, you guys. I was surprisingly really good at the axe throwing. Like, that's crazy to me, but I love being great at things. Bowling, I'm pretty mediocre. I kind of suck at it, honestly. So when I say mediocre, sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm bad. So today I was okay. But just to break it down, so I got this cute graphic tee that I got from Macy's. Just cute sunflowers, butterflies. It's black. We did teams, or it was team pink and team black, and I was on team black. This was the best I could do. Got these jean shorts that I told you guys about that I got from Tilly's. I had on some Nike Dunks, but as you can see, I'm in the house, so I obviously have taken those off. But the full look was just this right here, really chill, laid back, but still cute, you know, casual. And yeah, so the night was so fun, you guys. This was my very first time ever going to like a girls type of event where it's a group of women, you know, and we all kind of hung out. As you guys saw, we did bowling, we did axe throwing, and then we did karaoke, which was so much fun, you guys. Ooh, my nails are dirty. I have to clean my nails. But anyway, I had so much fun, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to do more in the future. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next video. And do not forget to like and subscribe. I'm just kidding, guys. Bye, guys.